Hello everyone, how are you all? I am Ankita Bhagat, your science teacher in Sajanand English Medium School at Nathej. Now students, today we are going to start the chapter 2 from class 8, that is microorganisms, friends and foe. So what is the meaning of microorganism? So first question that is comes in our mind, what is microorganism? So the meaning micro means small and the organism it means living creature. So there are the small living creature. They are very small, we cannot see with our naked eyes. If you want to see, then you have to use the special types of instrument is called microscope. Right? So the small living organism we cannot see with our naked eyes. If you want to see, then you have to use the special types of instrument is called microscope. So such type of living organism is called, such type of living creature is called microorganism. So there are so many questions arise in your mind. There are so many questions arise in your mind. Where it's live? Where do microorganisms live? How it's look like? So in this chapter we are discuss about the microorganism, right? So some microorganism is harmful, some microorganism is useful. So all are things we are discuss about in this chapter, right? So first we again discuss about what is microorganism. So among all there are the different types of microorganism existing on the earth, right? So there are few that you can see with your naked eyes, but some are that you cannot see with your naked eyes. So the living organism that you cannot see with your naked eyes is called microorganism, right? So there are two small microorganisms. It is not visible to the naked eyes. If you want to see, then you have to use the special types of instrument, that is microorganism. And the some microorganism is very small. You cannot see the simple microscope. You cannot able to see in the simple microscope. So for that you need the powerful microscope, right? So these are the microorganism. Now again one more question arise. Where do microorganism live? So the microorganism live in the all environments. It lives in the all types of environments. So it founds in ranging from ice cold weather, hot springs and the desert to messy lands, right? And they are present in air, water, soil, food and clothes and the other things. So some microbes are found in the plants and the animals, the body of the plants and animals and our body also, right? So the microorganism lives there. So there are the microorganisms are classified into mainly the 5 types, that is bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa and algae. So these are the major groups of the microorganism. Now let us discuss one by one in detail. So the first we have, that is bacteria. So the bacteria are unicellular organism. It is the single cell. So whereas in our human body there are the many cells. So we are the multicellular. And the animal also the multicellular, but it is the single celled microorganism. They do not well defined nucleus. So the nucleus is the main part of the any cell, right? So in that the well defined nucleus are not present, right? So their size ranges from 0.2 micron to 100 microns. So their size is 0.2 micron to 100 micron. And the smallest bacteria is 0.15 micron and the largest bacteria is 1.5 micron. Right? So these are the bacteria. So the range from the bacteria is 0.2 micron to 100 micron. And the smallest bacteria is about 0.15 micron and the largest bacteria is about 1.5 micron. So here the figure is given to the bacteria. You can see in the figure there are the different shapes, right? So these are the figure of bacteria. Now the next we have that is virus, right? So the virus are the microscopic. So microscopic, word microscopic, it means you cannot see with your naked eyes. If you want to see, then you have to use the microscope. You need microscope to see them, right? So that is the microscopic. So virus are also the microscopic. But they are the different from other microorganisms. Why it is different? Because it is very small to other microorganisms. It is very small to other microorganisms. So that's why we cannot see the virus in simple microscope. If we want to see, then we need the powerful microscope. That's why this is the special types of microscope and these are the different from others, right? And they are considered living and non-living organism. They are considered living and non-living organism. So if they present inside the living cell, it considered in living organism. And if they are not present inside the living organism, so at that time it is called the non-living organism, right? So these are considered in living organism and non-living organism both. Again I repeat, if they present inside the living cell, it considered the living organism. And it considered non-living when they present outside the living organism. It's called non-living organism, right? So here given that the common ailments like cold, influenza and the most coughs are caused by the viruses. The common ailments like cold, influenza, cough and the fever also, and nowadays corona. So these all are spread through the viruses, right? And serial disease like polio, chicken pox, these all are caused by viral. So when we ill, that at that time doctor said the viral infection. So these are caused to the viruses, right? Now disease like malaria, that is caused by protozoa, protozoans, where the typhoid, tuberculosis, that is TB, are the bacterial disease, right? Now see the figure of viruses. See the diagram of the viruses and the example of the viruses is given here. Right? So these are the example of viruses. The example is tobacco mosaic virus and bacteriophage. Right? Now see, these are the head of this virus. These are the fibers and it is the DNA. Now again in that, it is the bacteriophage, the head, neck, shell. So sac is the long filament that the outer cover is called sac, right? And here it is the tail fiber is present, right? So these are the two example, tobacco mosaic virus and bacteriophage. So it is found in the tobacco plant. The tobacco mosaic virus is found in the tobacco plant, right? So these are the two examples. Students, draw in your book properly. Now the next we have, that is fungi. Now next we have, that is fungi. Now let us discuss about fungi. So fungi are a non-green plants. So they haven't a green pigment, chlorophyll. That's why these are the heterotrophous mode of nutrition. So these are depends on other for their food because they haven't a green pigment, chlorophyll. They depends on other for their food. They cannot make their food by themselves. So most of fungi take the fruit from the dead organism. That is the dead organism matter, the dead organic matter. Whereas some live on the other organism as parasite. So the parasite, in class 7 you are already learn about the parasite. So parasite, it means the host plant. So to the other plant they live, and from that they absorb the nutrients and mineral. So this is called parasite, right? So some fungi feed that the dead organism, where some are live on other organism as a parasite. So from this way they get their food. So the example of fungi is given to you. See the figure, the diagram of fungi. So here is the fungi. So there are the two example, three example: bread mold, penicillium and aspergillus. Now let us see the label diagram of this. Let us see the label diagram of the fungi, right? Here the bread mold, penicillin and aspergillus, right? So first we are discuss about the bread mold. So on the surface of bread there are the fungi are present, and the spores are in the environment, right? So here the small holes, which is a spore, and the sporangium, which store the spore, right? And the sporangiophore is the special types of hypa that grows the sporangia on the tip of these, right? So on the tip of the fungi. So these are the spore, sporangium and sporangiophore. Now last is the rhizoid. So rhizoid is the special types of hypha. Now next we have, that is the penicillin. So the penicillin is the type of fungi, right? Here again the sporangium and sporangiophore. And the third example is aspergillus. So aspergillus is again the spore is present on the tip. So the conidae is the spore that is present on the tip, and the vascule, it is the special types of liquid. It contains the special types of liquid here. So this diagram also draw in your notebook. Now the next we have, that is alga. Let us see. So the next is algae. So algae is the green substance floating on the water. I think you observe that the green substance that is floating on the water is called algae, and they are found in lake, river, pond, stagnant water, moist soil and stone. They are mostly grown in the moisture surfaces, wet surfaces, right? So they can synthesize their own food by themselves. It means it contains in autotrophic mode of nutrition, right? Whereas the fungi contains in heterotrophic mode of nutrition. It is the heterotrophous and the algae is the autotrophous. Because they have the green pigment chlorophyll. The algae has the green pigment chlorophyll. That's why they contain in autotrophic mode of nutrition. They make their food by themselves. So some algae are unicellular, like Chlamydomonas. So here the example is given of algae is the Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. So the Chlamydomonas is unicellular, it is a single cell. But the some are the multicellular, which are few meter long. Right? Now let us see the label diagram of Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. Now see the figure of algae Chlamydomonas. So the Chlamydomonas, here the flagella. So flagella, it means it is used. So it is used for the locomotion, for the movement, right? So the through the flagella Chlamydomonas move, right? Now next is the cytoplasm. So the cytoplasm is the jelly-like structure that is present in each and every cell, right? And the chloroplast. Chloroplast, it is the green pigment. So from which the algae can make their food can synthesize their food by themselves, right? Through the photosynthesis process. So the chloroplast also present in that. In the algae, chloroplast is present. Now the next is pyrenoid. So pyrenoids which store the starch, here store the starch. And the nucleus is the main feature in each and every cell. It is the main part in each and every cell. Here the nucleus. And the cell wall, it is the outer cover, outer layer of every cell. Outer cover of cell is the cell wall. Right? So these are the Chlamydomonas. Now the next is Spirogyra. So the Spirogyra, in that cytoplasm, here the jelly-like structure are there. It is the cytoplasm and the chloroplast, which is the green pigment. And you know very well, the algae has a green pigment chlorophyll. That's why they synthesize their food by themselves. They do not depend on other for their foods. That's why it contains autotrophic mode of nutrition. So you already learned in the class 7 autotrophic mode of nutrition and the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. The organism who depends on other for their food is called heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and the organism they prepare their food by themselves with the photosynthesis process is called autotrophic mode of nutrition. So you already learned in class 7, right? Now the next we have, that is protozoa. Let us the protozoa. So the protozoa is the unicellular organism. It is the single celled organism, right? And some are living free, whereas some are parasitic. So you know very well what is the meaning of parasitic. So parasitic, it means living on other organism and absorb the nutrition, get the nutrition and mineral from their body. So some parasitic protozoans cause the disease in human and the domestic animal also. For example, the protozoa cause the malaria in our human body, right? So the example of protozoa is amoeba and paramecium. So you are familiar with the amoeba and paramecium. In class 7, they both are coming, right? Now let us see the label diagram of amoeba and paramecium. So see, here the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is the jelly-like structure. And the pseudopodia, so pseudopodia is the false feet. It is the false feet. From that, the amoeba can move from here to there. So it is used for locomotion, right? And again, the main function, the main part of our body is nucleus. The main part of the cell is nucleus and the food vacuole. So here amoeba collect their food and digest their food. This is the food vacuole, right? And the outer layer of the amoeba is the cell wall or cell membrane, right? So aid in this figure. Now the next example is paramecium. So in that again the cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is a jelly-like structure. Then cilia. So cilia is the false feet. So it is used for the locomotion. It is used for the movement. So in amoeba, that are the pseudopodia is used for locomotion, whereas here it is the cilia is used for the locomotion of the movement. And the uvulate is the here collect the food, and in that the big one and the small one nucleus is given. So the bigger one is called the macronucleus and the smaller one is called micronucleus, right? And the one more is the contractile vacuole is given. So the contractile vacuole expel the extra water from the cell to the contracting. So the process of contraction. So the contracting, it means the shrink, right? So these are the feature of the paramecium, right? So we learn about the types of microorganism, right? Let us move forward. So in the beginning of chapter, I told you that there are the two type of microorganism, the harmful microorganism and useful microorganism, right? So there are the two type of microorganism, that is useful microorganism and harmful microorganism. Now let us discuss about that. So first we are discuss about the useful microorganism. The useful microorganism, it means the friendly microorganism, right? We are given that the friendly microorganism. So in which the microorganism is help to us in daily life, in fermentation, in pharmaceutical department, in decomposition of organic matter, and help also in farming. Now let us discuss. See, the microorganisms are used in the various purpose in our day-to-day life. So they are used in the preparation of curd. It is used in the preparation of curd, bread and cake. So, in the formation of curd, the lactobacillus bacteria are present. So, in that the lactobacillus bacteria are present in the formation of milk to curd, right? So, the lactobacillus bacteria are present. Now, the bread and yeast, bread and cake. So, yeast, it is a type of fungi which is used to fermentation in this process, right? Now next here given, they are also used in the cleaning up of environment. For example, the organic waste, that is the vegetable peels, fruit peels, remains of animal, plant residue, the dead matters, it is the organic waste, right, are broken down into the harmless and usable substance by bacteria. So what type of usable substance? Let us discuss. So here bacteria is decomposed to organic matter. It decomposed to organic waste. After then, minerals and nutrients are mixed with the soil. So these minerals and nutrients are used by plant along with water. So ultimately, we can say that it is the usable substance formed by the bacteria, right? Now it is also used in the preparation of medicine in the pharmaceutical department. For example, the penicillin, it is the type of alga, right? So these are used for medical department. So in agriculture, they are used in increase the soil fertility to fixing the nitrogen. So you know very well, in our atmosphere there are only 78% nitrogen are present. So it is the atmospheric nitrogen. The plants cannot directly use the atmospheric nitrogen gas. So here the rhizobium bacteria, again it is useful in farming. Here the rhizobium bacteria convert the atmospheric nitrogen into usable form of nitrogen gas, so that the plant absorb along with the water, right? So this way the bacteria is used in the farming, right? Now students, our session is over here. I hope you all are understood very well. Now the useful and the harmful microorganism we are discuss in detail in next lecture. So thank you. Have a nice day.